Welcome back. I'm glad to see that you guys decided to join me today, because apparently last time you guys dropped off within 30 seconds. I wanted to talk about F-Log 2C. Last time I didn't really have a chance. It was like really overcast, and I did take some videos and I was editing it and it just didn't work out. So that's what we're doing today, F-Log 2C. Let's go find a place. While we're walking around trying to find a nice, dry, shady place to discuss this, why don't I explain to you guys what F-Log 2C is. F-Log 2C is Fujifilm's cinema log profile. For anyone wondering what that means, every camera manufacturer processes the information that comes into the sensor in a different way. Fujifilm, Canon, Sony, this is what you call color. Hold on, I know it, wait, color science. Color science, that's what it's called. It's called color science. So every manufacturer has its own color science. This is the way that they interpret the data that's coming into the sensor. And for log profiles, which each camera manufacturer has their own set, 1, 2, 3, also works on a different curve. What that means is it interprets the data and the information that's coming into the sensor in a way that preserves more dynamic range and preserves more color information. Now, why does that matter? So that matters because depending on the algorithm that every camera manufacturer sets for its log profiles, you're going to be retaining a certain amount of data. And every log profile retains different amounts of color data, dynamic range data. This is why, for example, F-Log 2 has a higher dynamic range than F-Log. Now, where that range comes in the darks and the lights, it's a different story. Every profile is a little different. So then what's making F-Log 2C so special? The C stands for cinema. That means is this log profile will retain more mad wind. Windy day to do this, you know? It's a windy day. I guess that's good because that means that, you know, the earth is still going around, and no, it's not because the earth is spinning, that's why there's wind. That's not what I mean. What this means is F-Log 2C will retain more color information than F-Log 2. The same way that F-Log 2 retains more dynamic range information than F-Log. They called it F-Log 2C, so I'm assuming that the dynamic range is going to be the same. There's also no information from Fujifilm. There's no like data sets anywhere or even on the data sheet that said anything about dynamic range. I believe the dynamic range of F-Log 2 and F-Log 2C are the same. The only difference is that F-Log 2C is going to capture more colors than F-Log 2. That means it's flatter. Some people prefer F-Log 2. It's easier to color grade. Some people prefer F-Log for a whole bunch of different reasons that we'll get into later, but that's the concept.
So all I did here was use the Fuji transform LUT and match the waveforms for exposure. I didn't add any saturation, I didn't do anything crazy, you know, a little bit of white balance, and that was about it. But what you can see here, and what I noticed the most, is the shift in skin tones. And with every iteration, it seems like the skin tones are more and more natural. There's a big change between F-Log 1 and F-Log 2, and then a slight change between F-Log 2 and 2C. And you can just see that there's like more red information being retained, it feels like. So even with these trees, you can see that the red information is where the biggest shift is. Between F-Log 1 and F-Log 2, there's a pretty decent jump in color information, and then the same for F-Log 2 to 2C. It just seems like there's more red information.
I'd love to hear your thoughts about F-Log 2C and F-Log 2 and F-Log. Please leave me a comment. Appreciate you guys being here. Peace. Fuck. So different log profiles. The simplest way to put it, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. How to say enunciate. Is that what people do when they're like preparing to like do speeches and shit? I'm gonna cut that part out.